such a sensational video, images, such an unspeakable, horrible tragedy. And I literally had to take a day to collect myself. Normally, this is a current events show. I'm live every night.
I was wondering why he didn't release a video about it like the same day. So he might be being genuine. I just don't know why he always has that smirk on his face.
And I discussed the news of the day, and I've been there through many of the big developments over the years. Same day, January 6th, Trump assassination attempt, the elections, the pandemic. But this one was different. And I think everybody feels that way about it. It felt like a nightmare. That's the only way.
That coping mechanism sucks. I always thought whenever I see a person who like laughs or giggles when they're afraid or traumatized, I'm like, that's a bad coping mechanism to have, bro. Because it makes people, it incites people to anger. You know, whenever I see a tragedy and I see some person laughing, it makes me so freaking irritated. But then you're right. It could be a coping mechanism. You're right.
Way that I can accurately describe it, actually.
He didn't like Kirk. Nick and Kirk hate was real.
Yesterday, I just could not process it. It did not sink in. It still hasn't fully sunk in. Like I said earlier, you say those words, the death of Charlie Kirk, the assassination of Charlie Kirk, the murder of Charlie Kirk. I watched his Wikipedia page go from Charlie Kirk is to Charlie Kirk was. It doesn't feel real. It feels like a nightmare that we'll never wake up from. And I say that as somebody who was not even a fan, not a friend, and actually an adversary, a foe. I can only imagine what his friends, his colleagues, and especially his wife, his young children, you can only imagine.
This is also one thing that I have to repeat to you guys multiple times. One reason why, even though I don't agree with a lot, the majority of what Nick Fuentes says, you've got to respect a guy like Nick Fuentes because at least he's honest about his opinions, you know? I hate these fuckers that go on the internet and are disingenuous about their takes. Like, if you're a hateful motherfucker like this Nick Fuentes, at least he's honest about it, bro. And I respect that. I respect a person who really stands on their fucking principles. Whether the principles be incorrect, it doesn't matter to me. Because at least he had the respect, what is the word I'm looking for? The integrity to say he was a foe of Charlie Kirk. He didn't try and sugarcoat it. He didn't try to pretend like he was on his side. Like, you got to respect a person like that. Versus the fake people that say the opposite or that don't really show their true intentions. And also, Nick Fuentes, I said it in the past, he has a lot of bad takes, but he does have some good takes too. You gotta, this is why you gotta hear people from both sides of the aisle. You gotta hear out the people you don't agree with because they could be wrong 80% of the time, but 20% of the time they might have a valid point. I try to hear everyone out.
What they're going through. And so what happened yesterday is still so raw and so sensitive. The country is profoundly affected, at least some of it is. We'll talk about that too. And so tonight I'm going to try to the best of my ability, carry out my responsibility. I believe, and I think you know, that I'm somebody that many of the young people, young conservatives are looking up to. I have a lot of credibility with the far right, the radical right. And throughout his career, Charlie Kirk always characterized me as a troll. I don't say that with any malice at this point in time, but that's what he said. And many in Turning Point USA,
I try, James.
I and my followers are nihilistic. We only want destruction. And I think that I have an obligation to the country. I think I have an obligation to God. I think I have an obligation to all of you. I think I have responsibility to prove that that is not true.
Dude, James, come on, bro. You know what I'm fucking talking about, man. Come on, dude. Don't bait me. Don't try to bait me. I'm talking about fucking political speakers, bro, and ideologues and the occasional religious person.
That's not about me.
This fucking guy, man.
But Now that it is the morning after, the day has dawned where Charlie Kirk is now dead at the hands of some unknown attacker. It is our responsibility, mine and all of ours, to step up.
Okay. This is all. I just wanted to see the introduction, guys. I'm not gonna watch this whole fucking video. Reasonable take. Reasonable take. I wasn't expecting him to have such a balanced keel, reasonable take. I was expecting him to go crazy and just either be extremely gloatful, since I did hear in the past that they were not on amicable terms. So I'm kind of surprised he had a reasonable take. That was unlikely. That was pretty unlikely. That being said, guys, let's see. Let me go back to the playlist really quick. Do you guys want to do Monkey App tonight? Let me end the stream. Not the end of the stream. Let me end the poll. Let me make a new poll really quick, and let me see what you guys want to do tonight. So first poll I'm ending is this channel going in the right direction? 83% said yes, more mature reactions. 16% said more yapping, less reactions. 0% said no, we need drama news. And 0 said overall boring. He says that's childish. He says Killer Scope says yes, monkey. Let me see. Let me make a new poll. Should we do Monkey App tonight? Let me just do this poll really quick. On Kick, obviously. Guys, if we do Monkey App, it's not going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on Kick. I just want to let you guys know that before we jump into that poll.